Hey, how's it going everybody? Welcome back to another video. It's your host, Rising Oblivion. I know I've been gone for quite some time. I've been pretty sick and trying to just basically get my life back together, but I've been sitting here trying to record this video for quite some time now, and it's been one that I've been really thinking a lot about and trying to really muster how exactly I'm going to do this, how exactly I'm going to phrase this whole thing. But this is the Sojou versus Dojima best dad competition, I guess you could say, or in terms of who I think is the best dad. Let me know down below what you think as well. Drop a like if you like the video, subscribe if you haven't been subscribed to the channel already. But this is going to be a little bit of an analysis towards both of the things that really are the same about Sojou and Dojima and the things that are different. So we have the Persona 4 dad and the Persona 5 dad. I wanted to limit it just to this, but let's jump right into this. And so before we start looking at the things that are different about Sojou and Dojima, I think it would be a good idea to start looking at the things that are similar about both of them. So let's take a look at the things that both of them have in common. Both are pretty much just doing a favor for the protagonist. We're just staying there at either the cafe or their actual house in Dojima's case, but they didn't necessarily want us to be there. They're more or less doing us a favor, and I think it's a good point to also say that Sojou is paid off in the beginning before Joker ever gets to Cafe LeBlanc. So basically, Sojou is in it more for than just having it be a favor for protagonist here. He's actually paid off to actually have him there as well. Another point I would also like to make is that Dojima technically is actually family. That doesn't mean necessarily that he's going to be treating our protagonist of Persona 4 any better because he is family, but that is something I wanted to sort of talk about there and to notice. So Sojou is more or less paid off, but Dojima is family, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they are treated any better because of that. It's also good to notice that not only are Sojou and Dojima having to take care of our protagonists here, but they also have kids of their own when it comes to Futaba and Nanako respectively for each father. Even if technically Futaba might not be biological, it's still a child that Sojou has been taking care of for quite some time now and has had some hardships when it comes to that. So we have to keep in mind that not only when we're looking at who's the best dad here in terms of how our protagonist has been taken care of, but also the people around. They're real kids as well. And when it comes down to this, there are some fatal flaws when it comes to both Sojou and Dojima with their own respective child, not only with just how the protagonist is treated, but with how they also treat their kids. Sojou technically being the one who has taken in two children that biologically are not his at all. Even if he was paid off for one and more or less felt a hard burden to take care of Futaba, Sojou technically has taken in two children that he biologically has nothing to do with. He is doing it merely on just trying to raise them and just be a person there for them. Even if he did get some money for Joker, at the end of the day, towards the end of the game, it doesn't necessarily mean that towards how he feels towards our protagonist here at the end of the game. And when it comes to Dojima, let's just get the elephant out of the room right away and talk about how Dojima, for the most part, is never there for Nanako. But I'm going to give this the benefit of the doubt. Once we start Persona 4 Golden, the reasons why Dojima seems to be out more than anything is solving the murder cases that are going on currently. To be fair, he is a pretty high-ranking sort of person within the police force, and there's people being murdered left and right in this town that he is supposed to protect. Honestly, it kind of makes sense why Dojima seems to be gone so much, even though Nanako does say that he is gone quite a bit before the murders and things even start happening. It is good to notice that potentially why we see him gone so much in P4 Golden, or just P4 in general, is he's trying to work out this crazy slew of murder cases that keep happening over and over and over again, and eventually it ends up targeting his own family. But when it comes down to it, we have basically two fathers that have a very complex relationship with their kids, both Dojima having the mother of the child go away and die, and a similar sort of case happens with Sojou. Futaba's mother dies, so they have a complex sort of relationship with the child that they are taking care of, even with the Protag now coming in and making an even bigger spin and getting more involved with their kids. Nanako goes and has her own dungeon, which our protagonist has to take care of that, so it makes it look like we're a bad guy to Dojima at certain points within the game. And Sojou also getting mixed in with Futaba and the Phantom Thieves, he also has to think about that as well, and what that might mean. We might look bad on our, how we look towards Futaba, how we influence them, and stuff like that. Even with all of this going on, the hardships of both the protagonist and the other kids and the people around both of these two dads, it is good to know in old classic Persona fashion, things end up being good in the end. Of course, if you do the social links and the things necessary, you just begin to see a lot of progress, especially Futaba and the bond that you help sort of mend back together with Futaba and Sojou, and you see a lot of things going on there. Same thing with Nanako and Dojima. You can really be the glue that sort of holds both of these families together. So I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt, like I said again, and just say that these bonds do end up getting fixed. And it's good to notice that overall both of the fathers end up having a very good relationship with our protagonists and with the kids that they have there alone. And here's another thing that I would like to bring up, and this is a little bit of help from you guys out there. I did a little bit of a poll to ask, who do you think is the better dad, Dojima or Sojou? And by astounding, there's a 69, yeah, no, funny number, 69% of you said Sojou, while 31% of you said Dojima, and that was with an 88 vote count. So not too bad. That is a pretty large sum of people, and it wasn't a 50-50 split, but it wasn't super far off from a 50-50. It was pretty much 70-30, so not too bad. It's definitely leaning more towards Sojou's direction, but Dojima does seem to have a fair bit of people there, but I do want to also keep in mind Persona 5 is a newer game. More people maybe have played Persona 5 over Persona 4, but let's get down into what I personally think towards who is the best father in Persona 4 or Persona 5. Here are my personal opinions on that. Now keep in mind, these are personal opinions, however, I do want to hear yours down in the comment section below. I'm very curious to hear what everybody has to say about this. When it comes down to it, I have to agree with everybody. I think Sojou is the better one personally. I do not think that Dojima is necessarily bad towards the end of Persona 4 or Persona 4 Golden. Even when you get into the dancing games, Dojima is there helping as well, helping out with the different dancing things with Nanako and the Akademi Kitchen folk. Like, he's still there. Like, Dojima is really still, helping out a lot when it comes to that. But I have to think Sojou is better. He picks up two kids that are not his, helps them out, and really just gives them a good place to be. I know it seems kind of harsh with Confe LeBlanc and what Sojou is doing with Joker and how he sort of treats him in the beginning, but he does seem like a delinquent in Sojou's eyes, and it might be a hard time for Sojou as well, and it ends up growing on him. That very ending of Persona 5, where there's the one little tear that Sojou wipes away, really goes to show how much he really begins to care for Joker and how much he cares for not only Joker but for the entire crew. His bond with Futaba grows better. If you do the Persona 5 Royal stuff with Dr. Maruki, you see that Futaba's mother, Sojou, and Futaba have such a good bond to see what could have been. But even if you don't consider that to be a thing or a reality, you want to have something, be for Persona 5, even with the normal ending, or I guess you could say like the true ending, things still hold together very well. Not to mention Sojou flat out turns the entire Café LeBlanc into a place for the whole Phantom Thieves to be there. He cares for all of the kids there within the Phantom Thieves, and it really, sort of shows when it comes to him making the coffee, the curry, the good items that you can use in battle for Sojou to have. The social link, maybe not the best because it's a lot of just cooking and stuff like that, but Sojou at the end of the day ends up caring for a lot of different kids in different aspects and in different ways, and lets the kids have a place to really formulate their plans towards trying to change the hearts of the people around them. And I think that personally begins to show how good of a dad Sojou is. He's willing to change and become different for Joker and for Futaba and mend those bonds back together. It's sometimes the people like that, like Sojou, who seem to be the hardest, who seem to be the hardest, that end up being the ones that are the most loving and caring. So for those things, I gotta say, Sojou, personally for me, I think is going to be the winner. I think in my book, Sojou is the best. Like I said, not to say Dojima is any worse off or anything like that. I still think he's very, very good, but personally, through my opinion, I gotta say Sojou. So thank you all for watching this video. Please like, comment, subscribe for more content in the future. I recommend becoming a member. I have some cool emotes and things like that, and I will be doing live streaming again. So thank you all so much who have stuck by me. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers, which is so cool, man. I cannot wait till we get to that milestone. It's been a dream of mine to do YouTube, and to reach 2,000 subs is just... It's amazing. I thought hitting 1,000 was crazy. Now we're about to hit 2,000. This is beyond my dreams, guys. And I want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart. Thank you all so much for doing this. The Final Fantasy people that I have here, the classic old Dragon Ball people that I have watching my old Dragon Ball videos, to the Persona people, everybody, thank you all so much for watching my content. I love making these videos, and I have more planned to come. Like I said, I've been very sick recently. I've done multiple blood tests, been to the hospital a couple different times. They're not 100% sure what's going on or what's been wrong, but I've been having massive amounts of fatigue and tiredness, and some days it's just kind of hard to even get out of bed. So this video has been pieced together over like a 20 to almost 30-day period where I wrote the script, edited the footage together, done all these voice lines, clipped it all together, rendered it, and uploaded it. So it's taking a lot out of me to be able to do all this stuff, but like I said, I want to do more content, and I will be trying to make as much content as I possibly can, and I hope to get to streaming soon with SMT3 Nocturne coming out, and to continue my Kingdom Hearts playthrough that I have been doing here on the channel as well, and also finish Persona 4 Golden. So I have a lot of content that I want to do, a lot of things I want to get out of the way. I have more videos here to come, some SMT3 related, some Persona related, some Final Fantasy stuff as well. So I have a lot of stuff here coming down the pipeline. Like I said, I just want to say thank you for anybody who stuck by me. If you're new to the channel, maybe watch a couple of my older videos. I have more theory, speculatory videos like this. My Dr. Maruki one, I really enjoy. I'll have that be a title like card thing at the end of this if you want to click that, which is a one that I really enjoyed. I was super proud of making. But like I said, one more time, thank you all so much for sticking by me. I will see you all in the next video. Thank you all so much for watching.